All right, so I'm joined here today by Bernice Ferreira. You'll be coming up against Reda Muleba in Middleburg. Coming off an impressive performance in your last fight, I must say.
Thank you.
How are you feeling going into this one?
Yeah, I'm feeling strong, man. I feel like this is just a stay busy fight for me. I'm ready for a title, whether it's the national title or, I don't know, African title, intercontinental, whatever. I'm ready for a title. I've been training for a title. So for me, this fight is just like a warm-up for a title fight.
BoxRec has you at number 11 in the world in your weight division. How does that make you feel?
Amazing. I wish I could get a title shot, a world title shot, a legitimate world title shot, you know, because I feel like I'm up there, supposed to be like qualified to fight for a big title. So I'm just waiting for that, pushing and training and staying ready for when that comes.
I must say, though, just judging by your last performance, obviously that was a sort of a coming out party, I'd say, for you as well, because that was your first real big step up in opponents, and you passed it with flying colors. When you watched the fight back, what did you think of it?
It's not my best performance. I don't really like the way I fought in that fight. It's not my style, I would say, but I did what I had to do to win, so I'm happy. I'm happy with the outcome.
Yeah, of course. And being 7-0 undefeated so far, I mean, in terms of fight difficulty, have you found anyone yet that's really given you that test?
Not really. I thought Nonina would be the one to give me that test, but that was just, she's very clever, you know, like she makes it hard for you to land properly, and she runs the whole time and she keeps holding. So it's not an enjoyable fight, but it's also not, it wasn't really a test for me. Like, I don't feel like I've been tested yet, but I'm ready for that test.
100%. And I think this is going to be maybe a little bit of a mental adjustment in terms of your teammates are fighting on the 30th, yet you'll be weighing in a different province on the same day, so maybe you'll be without a few of your teammates.
Yeah, I'm going to be by myself. I'll take my mom so that I'm not all by myself, because Leanne's going with Smash, and Auntie Colleen and Coach Fatih, everyone is going with Smash, so I'll be alone by the way in, which is fine. I'm a big girl. I can look after myself.
But I mean, in terms of like, you know, it being in a different, you've been around the sport for a while now. You know how to handle it, and you know, it's just when the big teams go together, it is a nice feel about it, isn't it? Yeah,
and it's quite intimidating for the opponent. I feel like it makes an impact on your opponent's mindset, thinking, wow, this girl comes with a whole team. You know, this time I'll be all by myself, but. I mean, I'm still up for the challenge. I'm still going there to win. If I can knock her out, I'm going to knock her out. I'm not going to play and wait. I want to prove myself a worthy opponent for a big title shot. So whatever it takes, that's what I'm going to do. Whether I'm alone or whether I have my whole team or whether I'm one out, it doesn't matter. As long as I show up and I put out and I prove that I'm worthy to be a world title holder, you know. That's what it's about for me.
I wanted to ask about, you know, obviously you stepping up through the ranks, but, you know, in the beginning of the year, there was news announced about, you know, Kangalani Jack and, you know, his unavailability now. How has it been with Coach Fatih and his systems?
Coach Fatih is the best conditioning coach that I've worked with my whole life, to be honest. Sometimes I feel like I hate this fucking coach, but if you don't feel like that, then he's not doing his job, you know what I mean? So I feel like we get the results that we want with Coach Fatih, and I'm very happy with what he's been doing with us. He pushes us really hard, over the limit, sometimes maybe even pushes us too much, but at the end of the day, I'm grateful because I'm not going to push myself as much as he does. So we need someone like him, and I'm super grateful to work under him.
Well, going on from that, in terms of what he's doing in your preparation, how has the preparation for this particular fight been?
I've said this before. I feel like we're always in camp. Like, for me, it doesn't even change. Whether I have a date or not have a date, I still train the same, still the same intensity. Maybe just, if you do have a date, the intensity ups just a little bit. You know, he focuses a little bit more on you specifically because you have a fight coming up. But other than that, it's always the same, and I feel like I'm in camp 365, so it doesn't really make a difference.
And outside of the ring, Bernice Ferreira, what does she do outside the ring? Do you do anything else besides boxing?
I work in a rusk bakery, like a half-day job, kind of, but it's also a sponsor of ours, so we kind of just work there to give back, to say thanks for the sponsorship, you know. And we give classes, fitness or boxing classes in the evenings at another gym, Muscle Zone, there in Northcliffe Hill. So that's just more boxing. So there's a little bit of something else, which is baking rusks and baking cakes sometimes, and, you know, just deliveries, driving around, stuff like that. But 80% of my life is boxing.
That's good. It's nice to have a story as well, because a lot of the boxing people that I interview nowadays are either personal trainers or that's the sort of...
That's how you survive.
Yeah.
I mean, I fought once this year. How do you survive on one payment for the whole year? So you have to do something to still make money, and since you know how to box, you might as well teach someone how to box and let them pay you. So I feel like that's the go-to for all the pro boxers, for any pro athlete actually. That's the go-to, because how else are you going to make money? How are you going to survive?
Do you see that being your career line once you hang up your gloves one day?
It might be. I mean, I don't really have a passion for coaching, but the passion might grow as the years go by.
100%. So you got to obviously be working with athletes as well. Athletes get really moody, and all of those type of things. So being an athlete yourself, how you probably give it to your coaches. So
100%.
In turn. But let's go back to the fight really quickly. Reda Muleba, she's got a lot of experience. She's fought a lot of top opposition. Does that factor into anything that you're going to be planning in this fight, or do you go in just knowing and comfortable with your own ability?
I believe in my own abilities so much that, for me, I prefer the amateur way. I don't want to know my opponent. I don't want to know what they can do or what they're going to come with or what they usually bring. I like to just, in the moment, read the fight and go with that. And it doesn't always work. It's been working for me so far, but I know that it doesn't always work. So my coaches and my management team and my teammates always try and push a game plan. And I don't know, for me, if the game plan doesn't work, I'm just going to go on my own experience or use my own fight IQ, whatever you want to call it, It's a split-second decision, and I feel like that's what makes the difference. So I prefer not knowing my opponent or not knowing what her strong points are or what she's going to bring. But whatever she brings, I'm ready. I've had quite a lot of experience in kickboxing when I was younger, and I feel like that makes me confident in my abilities because I know what I've been through, so I know how I can adapt. Do you think that might change, if you, as you mentioned before, when you have big ambitions, you want to fight on the international, it might change when you get to the international level because opponents are more well-known and maybe there's a lot more footage on them. It's a lot more technical as well. Obviously in the amateurs, you don't know you're going to fight because you're an amateur, you're still learning. When you're a pro, you're supposed to be knowing what you're doing because you've learned already. But then when you get to the world stage, that's when you now plan every move and you're very technical and you think everything through. So yes, definitely. I do feel like that might be something that's going to happen soon.
If you think about it, Simangiles Mashadebe as an example, she's traveled to a few different countries already. I think you're on the cusp of that. If you look at your fight record and where you are on BoxRec in the world, how far do you realistically think you are? I know you're calling for a shot, but if you had to think about it logically, how far do you think you are?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't really know the ins and outs of boxing. I don't know what gets you an opportunity or who you should know to get an opportunity. I'm just here winging it, hoping for the best.
So it's basically for you, it's a keep winning situation. As long as you keep winning, you can't beat it out.
Exactly. That's what I always say. If you keep winning, they can't not choose you. You have to be chosen at some stage because you're up there. You know what I mean? If your name is up there with the top 10, then how can they not choose you? You know what I mean? So for me, it's just keep winning. That's all it's about. Stay winning, stay winning, stay winning. Eventually, you're going to get your shot. That's how I see it.
And did the last fight solidify your belief that you can go on now?
Yes, 100%. 100%. I wish I could have landed just one clean shot.
She's very technical, very slippery. And,
very clever fighter. But I definitely feel like I'm on par with that level of fighters. And I feel like if I get my shot, I can prove it to everyone.
100%.
So I'm just waiting for my shot, man.
Do you have a message for Reda before you step in the ring with her at all?
Bring your A game, because you're going down, girl.
Can't wait for this fight. Of course, it's going to be in Middelburg. We'll find out broadcast and streaming information maybe a bit later on. Follow your page on social media.
Yes. I'll definitely post something as soon as I hear anything. Okay. But otherwise, pull up, be there live, and catch the action.
And if you are in Mpumalanga already, make sure you get your tickets and come watch live. Bernice Ferreira will be there against Reda Muleba. Just lastly, do you want to give any thank yous, any shout-outs?
Yes, I want to thank my team, my management team, for setting this fight up for me, and my coach for pushing me as far as he can. And I want to thank all my sponsors. I specifically want to thank Iron Brew Nutrition. They sponsored us with, and Bonita, who hooked it up for us. They sponsored us with quite a lot of supplements, which helped a hell of a lot. I felt like I was going to die, and then that package came, and now I'm back and I'm better. So big shout out to Iron Brew Nutrition, and big shout out to Bonita for hooking that up, and big shout out to Auntie Vanessa for always being there and making sure that we're ready and doing what we need to do. And shout out to everyone who's following me, all my supporters, my teammates, my family, my partner, and shout out to you for having us on the show.